The federal government on Tuesday announced plans to establish recycling plants in each of the 774 local government areas in Nigeria as part of efforts to promote circular economy. The Minister of State for Environment, Isiaq Kunle Salako, disclosed this in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, during the second edition of the Chemical Handlers and Users Workshop. The workshop, organized by the Ogun State government and the State Environmental Protection Agency, OGEPA, with the theme Chemicals and Waste Management, Circular Solutions for a Sustainable Economy. Delivering his keynote address, Salako said the Federal Ministry of Environment, as part of its deliverables under the 8 presidential priority areas, is expected to commence the full implementation of the Circular Economy Roadmap for Nigeria this year. He identified inadequate policy, legal and regulatory framework, insufficient funds dedicated to promoting the concept, inadequate and unaffordable recycling technologies, depth of information on alternatives, low-level public awareness, and inadequate data as part of several obstacles to the implementation of a circular economy in Nigeria. We're still in Ogun State, where Governor Dapo Abiodun on Tuesday received members of the House of Assembly led by the newly inaugurated Speaker, Oludaisi Elemide. With 22 out of 26 members in attendance, the Assembly earlier on Tuesday inaugurated Elemide, representing Odeda constituency, as the new Speaker of the Assembly. The Assembly also ratified the impeachment of Olakunle Oluomo, who was removed last week Tuesday. The lawmakers took the decision at a plenary presided over by the Deputy Speaker, Bolanle Ajayi. Shortly after the inauguration, Elemide led members of the House to pledge loyalty to Abiodun in his office. Represented by his deputy, Engineer Noimot Salako Oyedele, congratulated the legislature over election of a new leader. The governor insisted that the lawmakers have a prerogative to elect a leader of their choice, saying he has no option but to back the choice they have made. Anyway, from Ogun State now, security chiefs will next week appear before the Senate to explain the reasons behind the rising level of insecurity in the country. This is following the resolve by the Senate on Tuesday to invite the nation's security heads. The senators, rising from their 2-hour executive session, passed the resolution via a motion which was read by the Senate leader, Okpeyemi Bamidele, resuming from their 30-day recess, which began on December 30 last year. The lawmakers, who expressed anger over the rising spate of insecurity in the country, also resolved to engage with President Tinubu after they must have met with the security chiefs over the insecurity scourge. Expressing their anger, the senators, via the motion, listed the various incidents of kidnappings, killings, and series of crimes occurring in the country. At the Senate plenary presided by the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, the motion, titled Motion on the State of Insecurity in the Nigerian Nation, lamented how kidnapped victims were killed despite the payment of huge sums of ransoms. The senators also recounted the killings in Benue, Jos, and other parts of the country, and expressed worry over the level of infrastructure and economic losses caused by insecurity. Away from the Senate now, President Bola Tinubu, represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, has inaugurated the Bukar Goni Aji-led 37-man tripartite committee on national minimum wage at the State House, Abuja. The tripartite committee is tasked with the responsibility of proposing a new national minimum wage for Nigerian workers. According to the country's labor law, the minimum wage undergoes a review every 5 years. Notably, the Minimum Wage Act, signed by former President Muhammadu Buhari in 2019, set the minimum wage at 30,000 naira for both federal and state workers. However, many states have continued to owe workers and have failed to implement the agreed wage. While inaugurating the committee, comprising representatives of the federal and state governments, as well as the private sector and organized labor, the president emphasized the need for contract adherence, urged good faith in collective bargaining, and encouraged outside committee consultations. He further urged committee members to promptly reach a resolution and submit their reports adding that the new national minimum wage should be grounded in principles of social justice and equity. Let's talk party politics now as we take you to Edo State, where the People's Democratic Party has cleared the state deputy governor, Philip Shaibu, as well as Aswe Ighodalo, to participate in the party's gubernatorial primary scheduled for February 22. PDP National Organizing Secretary Umar Bature confirmed to journalists yesterday that Shaibu, Ighodalo, and 8 other governorship aspirants who were screened on Monday were cleared to participate in the nomination exercise. The other aspirants include Ansem Ojezua, Felix Agabwe, Martin Omoibi, Umoru Adizat, Osaro Onaiwu, Arthur Esene, Omorege Iyama, and Omosede Igbenedion. All the governorship aspirants had appeared before a panel headed by Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang, who promised that the party will provide a level playing field for all the aspirants. The governor, who stressed the need for unity of purpose, also stated that the PDP will do all it can to ensure that it wins the September 21 election.